third session of Core Java. So in the previous two sessions, we got an overview of writing the initial Java programs. We understood how we can play around with Java programs. What actually are the steps to write our initial Java programs, right? In this session, we would be moving a little bit ahead, or we would be taking one more baby step to understand, a few more things about writing the programs, right? So as a general practice, I have the notes that is open. Let me open the notes for you. I say open with notepad. Right, guys, this is our class 2 notes, by the way. Let's not get confused. Right, let me write down the class 3 notes. Okay, so this is our class 3 notes. Let's quickly take down the agenda for today. So what are we learning as part of today's session, right? Let's have a very good clarity on what are we going to do in today's session. So what is our agenda? One is we would be learning about printing various literals. So what is literals? Yes, I'll be explaining those to you. When I say various literals, right? So I actually mean that we would be trying to print different types of literals like string, literals. Just give me a second. Just a second. Okay. Okay. We would be learning about printing integer literals. Okay, this is point number 2. Integer literals. We would be even speaking about printing float literals. We will be speaking about printing boolean literals. And then at the end, we would be speaking about printing character literals. Right? Don't get confused, guys. These are a different classification of literals that we are actually looking into today. Right? We'll be discussing, or we'll be learning all these step by step. So the actual intention of today's class is making you to understand a bit more about Java programs and what else can you print. In our first Java program, or in our second class, basically, what we did is using system.out.println, we were able to print the following statement. What we used, let me quickly open our first Java program. This was my first Java program that actually I taught in the previous lecture, right? What we learned as part of that is we have written a first Java program and we were able to print all these literals. So whatever is there in this double quotes, right? This we are calling as literal, by the way, right? So we were able to print all these literals, and all these are string literals, by the way. Line number 5, 6, 7, 8. All these 4 lines are printing 4 string literals, right? So in today's class, we would be learning about not just printing the string literals, but we would be printing integer, floating point, boolean, and character literals. And once we are done with all these, the very second important point that we would be learning as part of today's session is internal working of Java program, right? So what happens, or what is the actual thing that goes on to run a Java program, right? So there are a few steps that we have actually discussed in our first Java, a second Java class. This is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? We have seen visually what happens, but internally what happens, that I'll be discussing as part of today's class. So without any further delay, let me quickly take you to the session. Okay, so let's try to understand the first point over here, which is printing the string literal. So it is just like, you can think this to be a basic revision of whatever happened for you in the previous class, right? Let's do the same things over here. Now I would like to write a program, right? So before this, as I told you in the previous lecture, I have created one folder on my desktop. Let me show that folder to you. That folder is called as Mercy, right? In Mercy, I just have my first program that I taught you in the previous lecture. Now, you're clear of whatever is there in this folder. Let's go to Notepad++. You already know this is Notepad++. How to install it, what to do, etc., etc. We will be coming into all the details sooner. But what you have to do with the software, you have to create a new Java file first. For that, file, new. I got a temporary name, which is new one. What I will do now is write a new Java class, right? So I can say class, I can say my program one. I'm just calling it as my program one. So what program it is? It is Java program. As I told you, how do we make this Notepad++ take it as a Java program? It is by this. On top, we have language. We have to come to J, and then we have to select Java, right? With this, what happens, if you can see, class has become into this violet color, right? It indicates that I know a keyword called class, and that is a Java keyword. So let me highlight that for you. All right, that is what Notepad++ is telling me. So it is saying that there is a class. Since this is a Java file, I'm highlighting that for you. Okay, what I did, I named my class as my program one. So let me quickly write this program. I can say I've named my program. What is the next step? I should write the main method. What is the signature? Public static void main. So, and then it should accept string array of arguments. Guys, again, as I told you previously, if you do not understand what is public, static, void, main, string array, and args, what is all this? I would be coming into all these details pretty soon in our upcoming classes. But for now, you keep in your mind that this public static void main string array of args is mandatory for a Java program to make it run and show something on the console output. Just put that in your mind for now. Okay. So what I'm doing, my first intention is to print one string literal. I can say system dot out dot println. So what is this? What is this statement used for? It is used for printing a statement on the console. So I can say printing string literal. What I do? I've written this. Now, what should I do? I should save this one. So how do I save? First, I will copy my class name. I say copy. I double click it, right click, copy. And then now I go to file, save as. Where do I save? I save in desktop and Mercy folder. What is the name of it? I am completely removing all this. I say right click and paste. And then how do I save it? I save it with Java extension, .java extension. By the way, all these are the instructions that I previously told you guys, and all these are already available in our first day, notes. All right, I'm following the same thing. All right, so here I'm saving this. Right, I have
Can you
one
please
.java.
increase the font? Sorry, Karthik. Can you please increase the font?
Okay,
It's
sure.
as much
Okay,
as possible. Yes, perfect. Thanks.
okay. Yeah, thank you. Now, just give me a second. Just a second. Yeah, since we have already, okay. Now we have our first printing statement, which is printing some string literal. Okay. So now, what do I need to do? I need to cross check if I'm able to see this file in my folder or not. Let me quickly do that. I go to Mercy folder, right? I can see my program one, right? It is just created. So what do I need to do? I should open a command prompt and try to compile this. That is my next step. So for that, I opened this
Can
path.
you please
What?
show the steps? Yeah. Can you please show the steps in the notepad? Then
Yeah.
redirect. Yeah.
Okay. What were the steps that we had to follow? So we have already done the step number 2, right? Step number 1 we have done. Step number 2 we have done. So let's see what is the step number 3 doing. Step number 3 is doing Java C class name dot Java. So we need to use this command. Let's quickly do that. So let's quickly do that. I go to my folder. I click over here and I say CMD. So when I do this, it directly opens my command prompt in the folder that I'm intending to. Let me maximize this one for you so that you could understand. And I'm giving more enter so that people watching in mobile can actually understand. Right? What is the command, guys? It is Java C, right? Java C. And then what is the next one? Java C class name dot Java. Okay. What is my class name, by the way? My class name is my program one. I have double clicked on it, copy. After copying it, I come to my console once more and I just say right click. So when I say right click, it is getting pasted over here. So I'm saying .java. Java C, my program one .java. Let me say enter. So as we discussed previously, if there is nothing coming over here, what is an indication? It is an indication that we do not have any error whatsoever. So let's go to our notes once more for a reference. We are completing or we have done the step number 3. So how do we need to check? We need to check if a dot class file getting generated or not. Let's do that quickly. Previously, if you see this my program one class file was not there, but it got generated just now. 2054. Now it is 2054, right? It got generated. So let's do our last step, which is Java and class name. When I say last step, so I say Java, and then I already copied my class name. I say right click. So you can see I'm pasting. Let's quickly cross check if the syntax is correct. What is the syntax? Java class name. That is right. So let's go here, Java class name, and I'm saying enter. So we're able to print this, printing string literal. Guys, this is a kind of revision to whatever you have learned previously. But one thing that you have learned today, something new, is this one. Previously, whatever was there in this double quotes, it was a string for you. Now you can think of it as a literal, right? You can think of it as a string literal. Now, one beauty of it, as we have already discussed, is we can print multiple string literals in the same Java program. Okay. So just to prove my point, what I will do is I will copy this line number 5, right? I just selected whole line number 5. I say right click, I say copy, and then I click over here and say enter. When I say enter, I want to paste this, right? Again, I want to say enter and then paste this. Again, I want to say enter and then paste this. Now, what I want to call the line number 5 as, I'll say printing string literal 1. Here, printing string literal 2. Here, printing string literal 3. And here, printing string literal 4. Okay. So what is the modification that I did? Previously, we were only having a single printing statement. Now I have added 3 more statements. The statement that I have given you previously is we can print multiple string literals in a single Java program. Just to prove my point, I have added a few more printing statements. Let's see if this works. So this red color indication says I have not saved my program since I did modifications of adding line number 6, 7, and 8. So how do I save it? I save it as file save. And what is the shortcut for this? Here they have written it as Control S. It is Control S. You can alternatively use Control S to save this. When I click on save, I do not see the red mark over here, which indicates that I have already saved this. Now, what I will do quickly is, let me go here. I will delete this dot class file, right? I will delete this dot class file. I'll say right click and delete. And the other option is we have a delete key in the keyboard. We can directly press that so that it gets deleted automatically. So now what I did, I deleted my dot class file. Here I go to my console. I'm clearing the console. What is the command for it? CLS. CLS is the command for clearing the console. Let's do the first step. It is Java C. I need to copy the file name. I say double click on it, right click, copy, and I have copied this and say again dot Java. Let's quickly cross check if the command is right. What is that? Java C class name dot Java. That is right. Let me say enter. Sorry, my name was wrong, right? You see this? The command was incorrect is what it said. I missed A over here. So it is saying it is not able to recognize. So let me say enter once more. Right. So if there is some problem, my compiler understands that it is not able to understand this particular command, and it gives me the actual problem. So now I do not see anything printing over here, which is an indication that my compilation is successful. When my compilation is successful, what should I get? I should get a dot class name. Did I get it? I got it at 2058. Now it is 2059. It's just created just now. So my last step is, what is my last step? I should go here, Java and class name, correct? So I will go here, Java. I already copied my class name. Copy this once more, copy, copy, and then I'm pasting it. Let me see what is the output. So guys, yeah, just to show it to you, here you can see these are the four literals. Just to remove unnecessary confusion, I am removing all the other, I am removing all the things in the screen just to show you what is the output. Java and my program. I say enter. So you can see this case printing string literal 1, 2, 3, 4. Right. So I was telling you a statement where I can use multiple string literals to be printed in the same program. And as a proof to that, we are able to print the same thing over here. So guys, let's go to our notes, class notes, string literals, learning about printing various literals. Okay, so just I will add one point over here, saying we can print more than one on console using system dot out dot println statement. So we can print more than one literal on console using system.out.println statement. So guys, we have learned about the string literals. So just once more, whatever is present in this double quotes, it is a string literal. Now let's move to the next part of our agenda today, right? That is integer literal, right? Integer literal. Instead of going program by program, let's try to do the same things. Since we are now familiarized more of writing code, right? Let's try to do these in the same program. I want to print integer literal.
Karthik, sorry to interrupt you. Could you please create new program for everything?
Yeah. I mean, okay.
Okay, you're about to. Okay, yeah.
Yes,
please.
yes. So that's fine. Let's create a new program for everything. We have created a program for string. Now let's do that for integer, float, boolean, character. Okay, let's do it step by step, but we will move little fast, right? We will move little fast, not because we already know what are the steps that are involved. So now what I will do is I will create file new. So now I have a new file that got created. I'll say class my program 2, right? My program 2. What I do, I will say select language as J and Java. I did this. Now I should write. The moment I open my curly brace, I should close it. I told that to you already, because if we do not do, what happens, that also we have seen in our previous classes, right? So now what I will do is I will create a main method, public static void main. So when I do this public static void main, what is the argument that it expects? It is string array of arguments. I will go here. I opened the curly brace. I'm closing the curly brace. Now, what is my intention of writing this program? My intention, I can write it in the comments also. Let me write a comment saying printing integer literal. So here you can see line number 5, it is coming or highlighted in green color. It means that whatever you write here, it is for your purpose, right? It is for your understanding. Compiler doesn't have anything to do with it. Whenever there is something, whenever there is a line that starts with double forward slash, compiler says it is for you, it's not for me. Because I don't understand. I don't even care what you're writing over here, but it is for you to understand what you're about to write. It's something like that. These are called as coding comments, guys. These also have a few standards that we will be discussing in our further lectures. But for your understanding, you can write a comment that compiler ignores. You can, register that. Just give me a second. I will write it in the notes as well. Double slash is used to write comments. Compiler ignores comments. Okay. I've just written it so that we'll not miss it. Let me save this. Let me go here. I can say system dot out dot println. What do I want to print? I want to print an integer. What is an integer, by the way? See, since the school, any numbers, right? There are different kind of numbers that we learn. So any number that doesn't have a floating point, or you can say 100, 200, 300, 500, 1000, 1 million, anything, right? That you say without having a dot, and then it is having some extension, any decimal points. If it doesn't have, that we call as an integer in programming. So let me try to print something which is an integer. So here you can see, guys, I did not use a single quote or a double quote, but I directly used 100, which is 100. What is this 100, by the way? It is a number, right? It is an integer, or it is a number. This is actually as an integer literal. Let me try to save this program. I'll say right click, copy, and then find, save as. What I will do over here, I'm removing everything. I'll say right click and I say paste. So what do I need to save it as? I need to save it with the .java extension. Once I do this, I'm clicking on save. Right here, the red color is gone. Now it is blue all. So let's see. Let's try to run this one and see if it actually works. So I'm saying double click, right click, copy. Let me cross check if this actually got created. My program 2. Yes, my program 2 got created at 2105, which is right. Now let me go here. Let me go here and say I have removed everything in my console just to be very clear of whatever I'm trying to do right now. So what is the command that I use? It is javac class name dot java. Now I say enter. So how do I check if it is successful? I don't have anything printed over here, which is fine. One more checkpoint is I need to have a dot class file to be generated. That is also fine, which is very good. Now, what is my next step? I should say Java and then class name. I already copied it. Right click and I say enter. Here you go. We are printing 100. We are printing 100. Guys, you can have a question. So for us, we are just saying my first program in our previous program. Here, what you are seeing, printing string literal. That is what I see. Now I'm printing. I'm just seeing 100. For me, there is no difference. Previously, it was a string. Now it is an integer. For us, it doesn't make any difference, guys, visually, right? But internally, Java has various things. You cannot add two strings, right? But you can add 100 plus 100 is equal to 200. But you cannot do that with two strings. So Java has internal things that it does. So for that, it would require a few data types, which we would be discussing in depth in our further classes. But for now, you understand that this is a integer literal. So what do we quickly do in this program? Let's add more integer literals and see if we are able to print multiple integer literals in the same program or not. What I did, I selected this. I say copy. Let me do this. I'm pasting. I'm pasting different integer literals. Now let's say I call it as 1050. Now I'm calling it as 230. Now I'm calling this as 80. Let's say I call this as 5,000. So these are five different numbers. Let's try to see if this actually works. File, save, right? I'm saving this. Now let's quickly clear the screen. What I'm doing, I am deleting the .tas file that is already generated. What I do, right click, delete, and my shortcut is the delete key that is already there on the keyboard. Now, let me go here and copy my program to, I say copy. Here I go, Java C, my program to .java. When I do this, I say enter, and there you go. You don't have any error. Now, what is my next step? It is Java, and then my program 2. So here you go, guys. 100, 1050, 230, 80, and 5000. These all are integer literals. So we are having more than one integer literal being printed on the console. Now let's go to the class once more. We are done with string literals. We are done with integer literals. Now let's see floating literals, right? What is float literal? Let me quickly create the program and show you what I would name my program as. Let me name it as my program 3. So what I will do, file, new. I want to name it as, oh, sorry, I deleted, sorry. File, new. What I will say, class my program 3. So I want to select the languages Java, language J, Java. I'm opening the curly brace. I'm closing the curly brace. I'm writing the main method over here, public static void main, and I'm accepting string array of arguments. When I do this, I'm opening the curly brace and closing it once more. And once I did, I have the basic structure of my program ready. So what do I need to do? I need to print a floating point literal. So system dot out dot print ln. What do I want to print? I want to print a floating point. Floating point number is also a number that is similar to an integer, but having a decimal point. Okay, here I'm saying printing float literal. Okay, so here I'm saying, let's say 100.5. Okay, so what is this? This 0.5 is an indication that it is having some value after the point. Okay, even if you have 100.0, that is also considered to be a floating literal. Okay, floating value. Let me quickly save this and try to print. Copy. I'll say file, save as. What do I save it as? I want to save this as my program 3. I copied the class name, by the way, and I'm printing it over here. So I have to save it with .java extension that we are already aware. I'm saving this. I'm done with saving the Java program. Let's quickly cross verify if that is created or not. Yeah, we see the program 3, but we do not see a .class file to it. Why? Because we have not compiled it yet. So what I will do, I'll say copy my class name. I'm going to my console. I'm clearing everything. So I'll say, what is my uh what is my command? Or maybe I think I missed a particular point, guys. So it is like 100.5, right? Internally, Java understands that there are two things over here. Okay, double and float. Okay, there are two things, which is double and float. By default, if you do not say that it is a floating point, then it considers that to be double. So what I would like to do is, here on line number 6, I want to make this as f. I'm saying that 100.5 f. F means I'm saying it is a floating point number. It is a floating point number. So which indicates that I am taking this as a floating point number. This f indicates that, guys. What is double? What is float? We have boxing, unboxing, all these things. These are various other topics that I'll be going in depth. But as of now, just think that if you have any number that is there after a decimal point and it is having f at the end, that is called as a floating point number. And if you are printing it over here, then it is a floating point literal. Okay, so let me go over here quickly. I'll say, did I save this? Let me go here. Yeah, I'll say file, save. When I do this, now Java, let me cross check if I have the .java file already generated. No, I don't have. I have only Java file over here. So now I hope I go here and say Java C. What is my file name? Did I copy that? Let me do it now. Right click, copy, and I go here, .java. So let's see if this actually goes. Oh, sorry guys. I think I did not use the compilation part. And if you see, the old one got printed. So let me go over here to Java C. My program 3. Is it my program 3? Yes, it is my program 3. Let me quickly go here and delete my over here and say Java C my program 3. So I should see if a class file got generated or not. Yes, it got generated. So let me quickly delete this one. Let me quickly delete this one. I just want to clear off everything. What is the thing that I need to do? Java C class name dot Java. Let me quickly check if I have any dot class file. It is not there over here. I'm saying enter. Now I do not see anything printed over here, so which is an indication that I don't have any error. Now a dot class file got generated at 21:15. Now what is my next step? My next step is Java class name. So when I do this, you can see 100.5. This is what got printed. Let me quickly go over here, 100.5. So you may ask a question why this f is not printed. See this, if f is for understanding purpose of Java. Okay. Uh, if you do not leave, if you say 100.5 just like that, then Java understands that as a D, which is double. But to make Java understand that it is a floating point, you need to indicate that with f. Guys, if you're not understanding, what is double, what is float, etc., etc., we have a big session in the data types, which I'll be even explaining even further. But for now, you just understand or concentrate that you can print various kinds of literals. So what is my next step over here? I will need to go and see if point, multiple floating point numbers can be printed. Okay, so I can say, so these are the various floating literals. I just randomly changed the values. Let me quickly save this. Once I save, what I want to do, I want to delete my dot class file. Let me delete this dot class file. I want to come to console. Let me clear the programs, clear the commands that I have already entered. Now, what do I want to do? Java C class name, which is my program 3, copy, I paste it over here, dot Java. When I do this, Java. When I do this, I do not see any error. Now let me run this Java, my program. So here you can see there are various floating point numbers that got printed. Okay, so let's go to our class notes. Let's go to our class notes. What did we do? We want to print floating literals. Now let's try to print what are boolean literals, or let me quickly try to take notes also. What is an integer? Let me write it down. Number without decimal point. This is an integer literal. Number with decimal point ending with f. Okay. Now, what is a boolean, by the way? Let me quickly write. What is a boolean? Boolean is true or false. So true or false is just saying, is it right or is it wrong? That is what the boolean actually says. Okay, that is what the boolean actually says. Now let's try to print the boolean literals one by one. There are only two boolean literals, by the way, guys. So for that, let me try to create a program. Say new class. What do I name it? My program 4. Okay, my program 4. Now, what do I need? I need to select this as Java. I am opening curly brace, closing curly brace, quickly writing main static void main string array arguments. Guys, the whole point of writing everything one by one, the same thing is to make sure everything gets registered in your mind. Okay. For every program, sir is writing the same thing. Why is he doing that? If you have that question, the answer for that is to make sure everything goes into your mind, saying that this is the structure that we follow to whatever Java program that we write in the further classes. And if you are very clear on these parts, then building up the logic is the one that you need to work on. But the syntax, you have to learn it. And the only way to learn it is to write many times. I'm writing it so that you learn it when you see what I'm typing. Okay. So here, what do I need to print? System dot out dot print ln. What do I need to print? I want to print a boolean literal. What is a boolean literal? It is either a true, and what is another boolean literal? I'm just copying this. I'm printing this as false. These are the two boolean literals. So how do I comment it? Saying print boolean literals. Okay. So let me quickly save this. I say right click, copy, file, save as. How do I save it as? I want to save this as, paste this, my program 4 dot Java. I've done this. So what is my next thing? Let me clear. Java C. What is my class name? Dot Java. I say enter. Now I don't see any problem over here. Let me run this Java and then my program. I say enter. So you can see this, guys. We have asked it to print true and false. It has printed true and false. One more thing that we can prove over here is we can print multiple Boolean literals in a single Java program. Okay, let's quickly go to our agenda for today. What is our agenda for today? What is our agenda for today? We have already printed the Boolean literals. Now let's try to quickly print the character literals as well. So what is the character literal? Any character inside a single quote, right? I can say example. I want to put X. Okay, let's try to print this one. Let's try to quickly go here and create one more Java program. I'll say file, new. I'll say file new. A new file got generated. I say class my program 5. Okay. So I want to select language as Java. I wanted to select language as Java. I open the curly brace. I'm closing the curly brace. And once I'm done with this one, I need to write main method public static void main. So I want to write string array of arguments, right? I will open a curly brace and I'm closing the curly brace. What do I have to print over here? My intention is print character literal. I mean, char is like a shortcut to character, guys. So just understand that. What do I need to do over here? I should say system dot out dot println. What is this? I want to print a character literal. What is my character literal? I just want to print X. Okay. Let's see if this works or not. Okay. So for that, what do I need to do? I should say double click, copy, file, save as. So I want to save this as my program file. Let's say I paste this, pasting this, and I want to save it as .java file. Okay. So now this should be done. Let's quickly go and try to compile this. Java C my program 5.java. So there is no error. Let's see if there is any problem or if we got the .class file got generated. Yes, it got generated. Let's quickly run this. Java, then my program 5, right? So let's see if this works. And here you go. X got printed. Now, if let's try to do one thing over here. What I want to do is on line number 6, instead of just printing X, I want to experiment of printing one more character in this a single quote. Let's see what will happen. File, save. When I do this, save. Let me try to clear my .class file. I say right click and delete. Maybe you can think what might happen to this one, guys. Let's try to compile this. What will happen? Okay. Coming over here, Java C. I'm copying my program file. Let's say copy this. What will happen? Let's see what will happen. .java. Oh, it says something. You see this. There is some problem on line number 6. It is saying unclosed character literal. You have started it over here. You did not close it. It is saying one more unclosed character literal. You started it over here. You did not close it. Right. And then there is one more. It is saying not a statement. Compiler is saying I have 3 problems with your single line of code. I have 3 problems. What are the 3 problems? First, you have started, it did not close. Second, you have started it, you again started, it did not close. And then this is not a statement at all. Which means Java is indirectly saying that, boss, if you start something and if you want that to be a character, then you should not include more than one character in it. Right? Whatever. If you want me to treat that as a character, you should write only one character in it. You should write only one character in it. Let's try to see. We have modified this. I want to experiment or play around with multiple characters. What do I say? X. Maybe I'll say 9, or I will say S, and I will say M. Okay. So I have 4 characters which are written. Okay. Let me try to save this. Save. Now I don't have a red color over here. Let me quickly go and delete my .class file. Oh, my .class file itself did not get generated because it was having some problem, right? My program file, it did not have the .class file generated itself. So we don't have any problem right now. I've cleared all. Now let's say Java C. And then what is my program name? I can go over here, so copy, and I say dot Java. What will happen? Will it compile? Let's see. Yes, it got compiled. So there's no problem. Why is there no problem? Because as per the convention, every single code should have only one character in it. You followed it on line number 6, 7, 8, 9, which is very good. Now let's try to run this. My program file. Okay. And here you go, guys. It is printing all the characters. Okay. It is printing all the characters. So one thing that I wanted to say over here is, as part of our agenda, we were able to see that there are various literals in action. Okay. But along with this, let's try to do a few more things, not just this. Let's try to extend our knowledge a little bit. Okay. I want to just extend my knowledge a little bit. What is that? What is that? I want to say combination. Combination. Okay, I want to try out a few combinations. So, okay, I want to print arithmetic expressions. I can say expressions. And I want to say, I want to deal with boolean expressions. And one more combination I want to try is arithmetic plus arithmetic expressions plus string. Plus string. Guys, do not get confused. Let's try to play around. These are simple things. Let's try to dig into this right now. Arithmetic expressions. When I say arithmetic expressions, since we were children, we were taught some basic math operations. What are those? I can say plus, right? I can say minus. I can say star. What is the star? It is a multiplication symbol. In our regular mathematics, when for non-computer science guys, or when we were studying that in school, we were being taught this as a capital X, you can say. But in computer science, it is star, which indicates a multiplication. And then there is division. And then there are, like, for example, percentage. Okay. So let's try to dig around or play around with this arithmetic expressions. Let's try to, try to see, what we can do with these arithmetic expressions. I'm quickly going here, trying to create one more program. Let's say right click, new. I'll say class my program 6. Okay, so I have, let me try to select the language as J and Java. Okay, so opening, closing brace. Let me try to write quickly a main method public static void main. So I should say string array of arguments, which is args. Okay, I open and I close, and here we go. I want to print dot dot. What do I want to print, guys? Let me try to write a comment. Arithmetic expressions. Okay, so what are the arithmetic expressions? Let's say I quickly want to print 10 plus 10. Okay, I quickly want to print 10 plus 10. And what are the other arithmetic expressions? I will try to take them also in the same program. So what are the other arithmetic expressions? This is addition. Now my next one is subtraction. My third one is multiplication. My fourth one is division. And my fifth one is percentage. Let me quickly try to change some numbers so that it will not be a straightforward thing. Let's say 40. Let's say 10 into 10. Let's say 50 by 10. And let's say 60, or maybe 60 percentage, 600 percentage, 10. Let's try to see what are the values that we get over here. So I'll quickly save this. I'll say copy and file, save as. I am going over here. Let me remove this and then paste this one. Okay. And I'm saving as Java. Yes, I'm able to save this. Now, since I'm able to save this, since I am able to save this, yeah, just one correction, guys. This is by the way, percentage means programming understands this as modulus operator. So modulus operator is like giving you a reminder of your arithmetic expression. This is not a percentage, guys. I just wanted to make a small correction over here. It is a modulus operator. I'll tell you what modulus operator is, by the way. Okay, I have saved this program. Now let me go over here. I am clearing this. Okay, I have cleared everything. Now, what do I need to do? I need to go over here, my program 6. Did I save this? Yes, I saved this. Do I have .class file? No, I don't, which means I did not compile it again. Let me go over here, Java C, and I say right click copy. I say copy, and here we go, .java. When I do this, what happened? Just give me a second, guys. Did we save this properly? My program 6. Maybe since it is giving some problem, I will quickly delete this. I will quickly delete this. Okay, let me. I will quickly delete this. I copy whatever I have written till now. Copy. I'm just removing everything. So I will say file, new, new, and I'm just saying paste. I copied whatever I have written. So I'm selecting language, J and Java. So
Yeah, system M is missing. Yeah,
sorry.
system. Yeah.
Okay, so that was the problem. Okay, so I corrected all these. Let's say I'm just copying this, copy, file, save as, and I am saving this as Java. Okay, when I say save, let me quickly try to compile this one. Java C, and I go here. I say right click, copy .java. Let's see if this works. Yes, it is working. There is no problem whatsoever. Let's see if the .class file got generated. Yes, .class file got generated. Now what I do, Java and then class name, right? So you can see this, guys, 30, 30, 100, 50. Let's try to validate all this. I'm just copying all this. Let's say copy. I'm trying to validate all this. Okay, I'm pasting it. Okay, so 10 plus 20, it's 30. 40 minus 10, it is 30. 10 into 100, 10 into 10, it is 100. 50 divided by 10, it is 5. 600 percentage 10, which means you divide 600 by 10. And what is the reminder that you get? It is 0. Modulus operator is nothing but you do the division. Okay, you will have some reminder, right? Give that to me, right? That is what this actually says. It says that you divide 600 by 10, and what is the reminder that you get? You're getting 0. So we are able to see that these are not single statement, guys. There is some kind of calculation that is involved in it, right? Those are also called as literals, right? Once we are done with all the with the other combinations also, I'll actually give you the a definition of what a literal is so that you can actually correlate. Now let's quickly go to our notes without any uh, delay. Let's see how a boolean expressions how Boolean expressions can be printed, true or false, right? Let's try to do this quickly. Let's say my program 6. I'm going here, copy, file, new. I'll say my class. I'm pasting this. I'm making it as my program 7. I am going here, language, say Java. I'm selecting Java as my language. So what I do, I open and I close my curly brace. What is the next thing? Let's say public, static, void, main. So again, I'm saying string array of arguments. Okay. So let me quickly go over here. I need to close my bracket that I have already opened. Right. Let's try to print dot out dot print ln. So what do I need to do? I want to print Boolean expressions. What do I want to prove? So for example, let's say 100 is a value. Is it equal to 100? Is it right? Is it true or not? Let me ask the compiler. And at the same time, let's ask one more thing. Let's say copy. And I'm pasting it. Right? 100 is not equal to, this is not equal to, guys. Line number 6, this is not equal to. I'm just asking, is 100 equal to 100? Give me true or false. I'm even asking, is 100 not equal to 100? Is it true or false? I'm just asking, is it a true? Is it validating, or like, is it evaluating to be a true or a false expression? Let's try to see. Let's try to see. I'm just copying this, copy, file, save as. Okay, I'm saving it as dot, sorry, I paste this dot Java. Okay, I pasted it as dot Java. Okay, so what do I need to do? I need to compile this Java C, my program dot Java. Let me see. Yes, I don't have any problem. Java, and then here we go. What is this? It is true. First one is true, second is false. So what are we trying to see? We are trying to see, is 100 equal to 100? We are asking. And yeah, and the output that we got was true. Is 100 not equal to 100? No, it's not like that, right? 100 is always equal to 100. So it is false. It's a false statement. So what we are saying, what we're trying to do over here is there is an expression, okay, which evaluates to be a Boolean expression that we are trying to print, right? That is a literal. These are Boolean literals, but these are expressions that are getting evaluated. So I'm just saving this. Let's quickly go to our notes without any Boolean expressions to be true or false. Okay, so the last thing we want to actually see over here is arithmetic expressions plus a string. Okay, sure. Here we go. Instead of writing a new program, guys, what I want to do is I will maybe go to my, uh, yeah, let me go to my program number 2. Okay, my program number 2. What I want to do over here is I will remove everything. Okay, I just remove everything. I want to print something like this. Okay, my expectation over here is I want to print something like this. Result equal to 100. I want to print something like this, but I do not want the whole thing to be a part of a string, but I want to make a combination of an integer and a string. So how do I do it? What I will do is inside on line number 7, I will take a double quote. Okay, so I will say result equal to, and then I will use a plus operator. I will use a plus operator to print this. Okay, I will use a plus operator to print this one. Okay, let me quickly save this and see how our program saves to be saved. Okay, so I'm copying this, copy. Here we go. I want to delete my .class file of program 2. This is a Java file and this is a .class file. So I'm saying right click and delete. Okay. So, okay. And over here, Java C. my program 2.java. Okay, when I do this, I don't have any problem. Let's say Java and then my program 2. So here we are seeing 100 result equal to 100, result equal to 100. Okay, which means we can combine a string literal and an integer literal, and the same combination we can use for any kind of literals. So one last modification that I want to do over here, is I'm copying this line number 7. I'll say right click copy. I go here and I want to just print one thing. I just want to print one thing, which is plus 2. I want to print this result equal to 100 plus 200. Okay, result equal to 100 plus 200. You can actually, maybe if you have a book and pen, right, you can try the output, or you can guess the output and write it in your notepad, and let's see what happens. Let me try to compile this and then see what happens. If you have a notebook and a pen with you guys, you can guess the output. Okay, so here I will clear. Okay, let me go over here and delete my program too. I'm deleting it. So let's say Java C my program. Sorry, I need to copy my class name over here. Let's go here. Let's say copy. Go here, Java C, my program 2 dot Java. So it got compiled. Yes, Java C, and then my program 2. Let me see, and you can guess your outputs as well. Only accepted explicitly if annotated processing. What is this? Let me see what happened. If there is any problem.
Could you please open the compile time error?
Yeah. My program 2 are only accepted if annotation
You
processing.
just end with .java. Java C my program to .java, right?
Okay.
I think it's
Okay.
straight.
Yeah, it was a command mistake. Let's see this. Java C, my program 2 dot Java. Okay. So I don't have any problem with the compilation. Let's see what is the output. Java and then my program 2. I will say enter. So you can guess the output, guys, and then let's see what it comes. So here the result is 100, and the result is result equal to 100 to 100 200. Okay, for the people who have guessed the result to be result equal to 300, there is small modification that you require to get the result to be like this. Now what is the result that you got? The result that you got is something like this. The result that you got is 100 200, right? This is the result that you get. And why did you get this? We would be going into deep of whatever is the character processing, or what is the precedence, what is this, everything we'd be going. But we need to add a bracket. On line number 10, saying that we want this expression to be evaluated. This is one literal, and we need to append this value to one more literal, which is result equal to 300. Let's see, by doing this modification to line number 10, are we good or not? Let's say file, saying save. Okay, so let me go here and I will say delete this, saying Java C. Let me clear so that Java C. What is my class name? Say right click, copy class name dot Java. Okay. Now, what is my command to run? This is, yeah. So you can see this, guys. Result equal to 100 and result equal to 300. So what is the modification that we did? The modification that we did was adding one more bracket, saying that you evaluate these two integer expression and then you add it to your string literal. Okay. So with this, we are at the end of whatever we wanted to, write as a program or learn as part of programming today. So in very less time, let me actually give you an overview of whatever happens internally when you run or when you compile a Java program. Okay. Let me quickly take these steps. Let me quickly take these steps. So these are the steps that we actually require for our Java program. So what I will do is, as part of my internal working understanding, I'm pasting all these steps. Okay. So what I want to do is, let me remove everything. I just want to take these steps and see what happens step by step. Okay. What happens step by step. So who writes this Java program? My step number one is to write a Java program. Who writes this? Programmer. Okay, Java programmer. Or in this case, I'm writing, maybe when you practice, it's you who are writing. Okay, I say Java programmer. So who is doing the step number one? Step number one is being done by Java programmer. So he understands what he writes. So this saving again is done by Java programmer. Okay, and then file gets generated. So that is what we see in our folder. There are various .java files that are getting generated. The moment we save, these are getting generated. So what is the output of a compiler? What is the output of a code after step number two? It is like compiler generates dot compiler generates a dot class file, and then you can say JRE. I'll tell you what JRE is. It is Java runtime. JRE takes dot file to run and show the output. So these are the things that are actually happening, guys. We as Java programmer will write the program, we will save the program, a file gets generated, then we will compile, and the compiler takes that as an input and generates a dot class file. And then this dot class file will be taken as an input to JRE, which is Java runtime, so that we can get the output. I just want to show all this to you pictorially. And again, one more thing. I would like to write, who understands this? Human? Any human who can read the code can understand this. Who understands this? Human and compiler. Human can understand this code and even compiler can understand, because only when compiler can understand it can generate a dot class file. Now let's see who can understand this dot class file. It is understood by JRE. It is understood by JRE. Let's see why we cannot understand it. Okay, let's say I go to any dot class file, I just want to open it. Let's see if I am a human, right? I'd like to see if I can understand anything out of it, right? What do I understand? I don't understand anything out of it, a dot class file. But who can understand this? This can be understood by JRE, which is Java runtime. So this dot class file is taken as an input to JRE, and finally it gives us the output. I just want to show all this to you in a pictorial fashion. Okay. Let me just quickly open a file. What happens over here, guys? You can see there is a Java developer. He writes Java code, right? A .java file gets generated. He writes Java code, a .java file gets generated. We use a Java C compiler. We use a Java C as a command to compile the Java code. Now what happens? When we compile, a .class file gets generated. So here there is one term that you need to understand, something called bytecode. Whatever that we saw just now, okay, whatever we saw over here, this is called as a bytecode, right? Whatever is the content in the dot class file, that we call it as a bytecode. This bytecode is given as an input to JRE. JRE is nothing but Java runtime environment. In Java runtime environment, there is something called JVM. JVM is nothing but Java virtual machine. So this dot class file comes as an input to JRE, and this JRE tells JVM, hey JVM, now I have a dot class file. You can go ahead and search for main method in it, right? You can go and search for main method in it. And how do you search? We have a signature for our main method. Every main method, we have done 7 programs today. Everything has this public static void main string array of args. So what is this JRE saying? Hey, JRE is saying, JRE is telling to JVM, hey JVM, now I have a byte code. You go and search for public static void main string array of args in it. If you find something like that, from that point, you start execution. So which means if JVM finds public static void main, from this point, it will start the execution. What is this? Whatever is there inside this, it will start executing. So it has only 2 statements over here. It will start executing these 2 statements, and then it gives the output back to the Java developer. What is that output? The output, something like this, that we can actually see on the console. So this is the actual thing that happens when you try to write a Java program and see the output on the console, right? With this, guys, I think we are almost done with whatever we had as an agenda for today. So I think we are good to stop at this point.